Hi everybody, welcome back to the Seesaw. What a beautiful day it is outside. It is really warm and toasty here in the Fens, so I'm hoping it is the same wherever you are. So a number of the channels that I follow that do similar sorts of posts to ours, kind of meals of the week, food hauls, that sort of thing. I've seen a few comments, a few struggles I would say, this last week or so about whether they should continue to post grocery haul videos during this difficult time when you can't get a lot of what you need, you can't get delivery slots, that sort of thing. So Mrs. Watts for Tea, Charlotte Louise Taylor, Mama Hedgehog, just a few that I know have struggled with it in the last week or so. So my view on it is if you don't like this sort of video, you just scroll on past. You don't nobody forces you to watch us. But my view is if I can see what sort of things other people are able to get, one, it could give me some ideas of things that I could pick up and that I could use to make meals for us. But also some of what I buy and what I then share in terms of a meal plan might help to give you some ideas. If the things that you normally buy are not available, then seeing what other people have been able to pick up can sometimes be helpful. I know it certainly helps me sometimes, and I certainly steal ideas from other channels in terms of things that I can turn into a meal, a snack, a lunch, that sort of thing. So I'm going to continue to post. We're not panic buying, we're just doing our normal shop. There are certainly things each week that I can't get that I intended to buy. This week's thing was broccoli. There is no broccoli, fresh, frozen, or any other version of broccoli. So I've had to go without, and it was part of a plan for this week. So I've got to rethink. I think when you're in the store, you have to think on your feet a bit, especially if, like me, you shop from a list, which is based on a meal plan you've created, and then you can't find what you need. I think you do have to sort of think, well, what could I use instead, or what's an alternative? So still fruits and vegetables were quite limited. I went to Aldi and to Sainsbury's. Aldi, both stores I did have to wait outside for a little while, but no more than, I think, probably 5 to 10 minutes at both stores. And it wasn't too bad because it's a nice sunny day, so standing outside wasn't the end of the world. And in both stores, I was between the two, I was able to get everything except broccoli that I planned to get. Oh, and one other jarred item, which I'll talk about when I get to my meal plan. So it wasn't too bad. I spent £67 at Aldi and £11 at Sainsbury's, so £78 in total. And we've got enough food to, what we tend to do is Toney will pop out during the week into town. He makes all of his own breakfasts and lunches and things, and so he goes to get the supplies he needs for that. But he goes midweek, so that way if we have run out of anything or there's something that we need, he can try to find it midweek when he goes. So that's really the only two times we go to the shops. We have quite a good little convenience store in our village that he's keeping reasonably well stocked. He sort of runs out of everything and then he posts on the village Facebook page that he's got stock coming back in and what's being delivered, so you can sort of plan around that. But again, as for last minute top-ups and things, that's been fine, and we're just coping like everybody else. You can only buy what you can buy, but at the end of the day we do all still need to feed our families one way or another, with the food we've got and the budget we've got. I haven't changed my budget. Our income has been cut considerably from this. We do both work, but we are both on reduced pay through this period. And so I am having to think a bit more carefully about how much I spend than I would normally have to. There have been months, if you've watched us for a while, where we've gone seriously over budget, and at the end of the day, it doesn't really hurt anything. Whereas now, going seriously over budget would cause us some issues. So I am being careful about how much I spend. £78 was within budget. We may have to reduce our budget if this goes on for a longer period of time. But it's just about being sensible and working with what you have got. So I do appreciate there are people that are really struggling to get groceries, to go out or get delivery slots. But I hope that by sharing what we do, it might give some of you some ideas and inspiration on some things that you could do for your family that perhaps you haven't thought about cooking before, perhaps you haven't thought about serving before. So I'm going to show you what we got, and then, we'll, as always, at the end, show you what my meal plan based on the purchases today is. I did get a few little Easter bits this week. I think we still need to have Easter. I'm still going to do an egg hunt for Caleb in the morning. But other than that, everything was just the necessities really. So I'll turn you around, show you what we got, and then the meal plan will be at the end. So that is the sweep of the haul. And non-food items, I just got my TV magazine and some kitchen towel. And then Easter bits, I got a pack of these Easter bunny lollies. I got the Cadbury's cream egg main Easter eggs, that will be Caleb's main Easter egg. I got some of these little mini mix-ups, which are quite cool. They're like little mini eggs, and they're obviously a take on, those choco eggs are obviously a take on Kinder. Then there's popping candy, the toffee egg bites, and cookies and cream. But they look like they might be quite tasty. And then I got one of these little Easter egg hunt kits. These were reduced to £1.99. Got 24 hollow chocolate eggs and a hollow prize golden egg in there. So that will help me to put together a nice little Easter egg hunt for Caleb for the morning. Just because they were reduced to half price, one of my favourite things is a delicious almond croissant. Not at all healthy, but I'm going to have that for my Easter morning breakfast. And then I got, again, everything, all the hot cross buns were reduced to 49p. So rhubarb and custard are my favourite ones for Aldi. So I got a pack of those as an Easter treat. Crisps, we got some tortilla chips, which I want to use with our meal this evening. And then I got a pack of the bacon rashers, crispy bacon. This is just a big pack rather than the individual packs. Caleb does still have a number of things in the cupboard, crisp-wise, that he can tuck into this week. Some sliced brioche hot dog rolls. They didn't have any regular hot dog rolls. Some Mexican-style rice. Some of these, now I saw these on Charlotte Louise Taylor's grocery haul this morning and knew that I needed to look out for them. They were a centre aisle item. They weren't very expensive for £8 considering they're Reese's, but that looks like an absolute treat. A box of Craze for Caleb, biscuit tin, shortbread fingers, milk chocolate digestives and ginger nuts, so 3 of our routine ones there. Again, another thing I picked up from Charlotte Louise's haul was this milk chocolate peanut crisp Mighty Bites. Chocolate and peanut, as you can probably guess, so nuts and chocolate are a big hit in this house, certainly for Tony and I. Tony doesn't eat a lot of sweets, but he does like peanut butter. So we give those a try. And then for Caleb, some racer bars, which are the Snickers equivalents. So those are just for him to have in the cupboard. Mushy peas, coconut milk, a can of American hot dogs, some toffee sauce, a hot salsa, a table salt, orange, lemon and pineapple squash, and some plain poppadoms. So that's the pantry stuff. Onto the fridge, an apple juice and a green milk. I got the small one because we do still have some left, and I have a large jug of milk in the freezer. So I only needed a small fresh one this week. Squidgy pouches for Caleb, 3 of the Greek style yogurts for me, 2 raspberry and 1 hazelnut, grated cheddar, wafer thin cooked ham and a block of cheddar. For the freezer, I got 3 pizzas, 4 cheese, a double pepperoni and a ham and pineapple, some Bobble Manias and cones for Caleb, some blueberries, garden peas, vegetable medley and some breaded white fish, along with a pack of Atlantic cod and smoked haddock. Then other meats, a whole extra large whole chicken, a medium pack of chicken breast, a large pack of chicken thigh fillets, and a nice big pack of pork chops. On to fruits and veg, shredded kale, which is Licky's favourite. Leeks, they didn't have any packs of leeks, but they had individual leeks, and they were whole leeks, and they were huge. This was the smallest one there, and they are huge, so I just got one. I got 6 Bramley apples because I'm planning to do a toffee apple crumble one day this week. Some carrot batons, Caleb liked those to snack on, and Licky will have the rest. 2 packages of the diced butternut squash and sweet potato, which I'm going to use with some of the chicken in a curry this week. A baby leaf salad, again, they didn't have any romaine lettuce or iceberg even or anything like that, so I just got a bag of mixed leaf salad for me for salads. Curly leaf parsley for Licky, and then flat leaf parsley and chives for some recipes this week. Again, they didn't have the bags of mixed peppers that we usually buy, so I just got an orange pepper. I think Licky does still have some of a green one in his drawer in the fridge, so that should do him until we can find some more peppers. Cucumber, some mini peppers, which I'm going to use for this evening's meal, some mushrooms, baby plum tomatoes, wonky raspberries and wonky strawberries, and some seedless white grapes. So looking at the meal plan tonight, we're going to have baked fajita chicken with some of the Mexican rice. Tomorrow will be a roast chicken dinner. Monday, we're going to have the breaded fish with chips and peas. Tuesday, we'll have the pizza and salad. So you can see this week is not being quite as creative. I'm using a lot of standby items. Wednesday, I was going to make chicken with butternut squash korma with rice and poppadoms. They didn't have any korma paste, and I don't have korma paste, but I do have some other curry pastes in the cupboard, so I'll just look and see what I have and pick one of those to make instead. It'll be made exactly the same. Thursday, I'm going to do fish in foil with potatoes, so that's using the white fish fillets, wrap them up in some little foil packets with some vegetables and seasoning, and just cook them that way, and then have that with potatoes and probably some salad. And then Friday, we'll have the pork chops with potatoes and vegetables. And as you can see, that's when I'm going to make a toffee apple crumble on Friday evening. Might make it earlier in the week, might even make it over this weekend, but we've got lots of chocolate for the weekend. I'm also going to make a lemon and blueberry pudding this week, one night. And I'm going to make, for my soup this week, I'm going to make a Cullen skink, which Mrs. What's for Tea has a great recipe for that. If you haven't come across her channel, the channel is called What's for Tea. It is excellent with the lovely Cheryl. Up in her home in Scotland, she does grocery hauls, meal plans, what we ate this week, what's been for tea this week, and she does recipe videos which are all amazingly excellent. So I'm going to use her recipe to make some Cullen skink later in the week. But that's our meal plan, our grocery haul. We do hope you're continuing to stay safe and well wherever in the world you're watching us from, and we hope to see you back here on the SeeSaw soon.